In this demonstration, I'll show you all the steps needed to configure retention tags, how to assign them to classification policies. First, let's cover off some important points. Classification is license specific. So if you are in your admin console, you don't see classification, please reach out to your account team in order to discuss methods to get that enabled. Classification is day forward, it's assigned to data as it arrives in the archive. There is the option to classify historical data. This is via a paid reindex. Classification has many benefits beyond retention. From a retention perspective, we're going to use retention as a way to shorten retention policies to shorter than default. This means we can identify things like spam and newsletters, set them at short retention so they don't take up ongoing storage within the platform. We could use the classification to identify based on purview labels and then match the classification retention period. And we can basically identify the data in many ways and choose how we wish to use that data in order to apply retention. For more details on classification and the other benefits it provides, then again, reach out to your account team and we'll be happy to go through classification and how that can be used and beneficial to your organization. So with that in mind, let's get to it. So I'm going to log into the management console, and then once in here, first thing we need to do is create an appropriate retention policy. So let's go in here. So I'm going to come up here to create new. Now I'm going to create a retention policy for some company newsletters. And I'm going to give this a retention period of 60 days. This policy needs to be enabled. If it's not enabled, then it won't be visible within classification. Okay, so now we've saved that. Next thing we need to do is create what's called a managed tag. So let's go and create a new tag. Now this managed tag is what will be displayed as a retention category within classification. So I'm going to call this tag company newsletters to keep it consistent. And then this is where I assign the 60-day policy which I've just created, which is here. So I select that and assign the retention policy. The managed tag permissions here, this is to allow managed tags to be visible in the UI to specific users for other purposes. For classification, we don't want this tag to be visible within the UI, so we'll leave all of those blank, and then we can save that. Now we've created the retention period and the managed tag, we need to go to classification. Once in classification, I go to tags and choose to create a new tag. Again, I'm going to call this company newsletters for consistency. And then down here where we have retention category, you'll see company newsletters. This is the new managed tag I've created in the console. And then I can save it. So at this point, this tag is then available and can be assigned to policy. So let's just create a real quick company newsletters policy. So I'm going to choose new. And I'm going to assign a tag to it, which is my company newsletters tag we've just created. And in this scenario, I'm going to use an author of a distribution list I know sends out all these company newsletters on a daily basis, taking up lots of storage in my environment. Very, very simple, and save that. So once this is enabled, from this day forward, any data coming in matching this policy, so it has this string in the author, will then be given a tag called company newsletters, which will then assign a 60-day retention to that data within the archive. And that concludes the demonstration of using classification for retention.